We're here today at Blenheim Palace in the UK to test drive the new Range Rover PHEV. The PHEV is Range Rover's gambit into the full-size plug-in hybrid SUV segment. It's powered by Jaguar Land Rover's 4-cylinder 2-litre Ingenium engine and an electric motor sandwiched between the 8-speed gearbox and the 4-cylinder engine. And it's developing around 404 horsepower and 614 newton meters. Naturally, being a Range Rover, it's 4-wheel drive and fully off-road capable. And it's part of the revised, facelifted Range Rover range. There's been some cosmetic changes to it, starting from the grille, lights, and other changes around the side. The first of the revisions, the aesthetic revisions, is the grille. It's a new grille design, and with the PHEV, the charger is hidden behind the grille opening over here. The light clusters have been changed as well on the new revised model. Oh, didn't quite close, but the new Range Rover line retains the same elegant design and lines as the Range Rover since it was launched in 2012, starting from the clamshell bonnet to the nice tapering rear, the way the lines converge on a horizontal plane. The engine being mounted over here, and with the electric motor over here, this keeps the Range Rover's weight distribution well dispersed between within the wheelbase. The only addition is the additional weight of the batteries at the rear. In terms of aesthetics, the 4 slats have been changed from 3 to 4. And from the rear, the biggest or the main aesthetic change is the rear lights. It still retains the same vertical shape, but now has 2 square-like clusters or pods on the inside. Right, we're still at Blenheim Palace with the Range Rover PHEV. We're driving in electric mode now. It's silent, smooth, and lots of torque, low end, straight from 0 RPM. The sort of thing that you want in a big luxury SUV, a big 2.6-ton luxury SUV. It's all about smooth ride, refined experience. The new Range Rover, like the old one, rides on air springs with double wishbone front suspension and integral rear suspension, which optimizes it for the best handling and best ride quality. Driving on the grounds here at the Marlborough estate, it seems to be taking the road in a very smooth, supple sort of way, despite the fact that it's riding on 21-inch alloy wheels with low-profile tyres. Driving the PHEV in full electric mode at the moment, the Range Rover should be good for a range of 51 kilometers in ideal conditions. Recharging time is about 7.5 hours on a conventional charger, whereas a high voltage charger it would take 2 hours 45 minutes. And for a car of this size and height, the PHEV is expected to return a combined fuel efficiency of 2.8 litres per 100 kilometres, and CO2 emissions are just 64 grams per 64 grams per kilometre. We've just come off the off-road track at the Marlborough estate at Blenheim Palace with the Range Rover PHEV. Last segment we were driving in electric modes. The Range Rover handled that with full capability. It was smooth, silent, and with plenty of torque from 0 RPM. Well, RPM from the electric motor, which suits the Range Rover well. It could pull up through the steep slopes easily with that much torque, and with the With the electric motor positioned between the gearbox and the four-cylinder engine, it means the Range Rover retains the same off-road four-wheel drive hardware as the standard non-hybrid model. This includes the full mechanical four-wheel drive system with locking differentials, low gear ratios, and so forth, which gives it extensive capability for off-road driving, unlike some four-wheel drive hybrids which drive the rear wheels with an electric motor and the front with a petrol engine. With a comparable level of off-road performance as the standard Range Rover, the Range Rover PHEV will wade through 900 millimeters of water, but Range Rover recommend that this is done with the combustion engine switched on so that water doesn't get in the exhaust system. Additionally, the PHEV has the same electronic off-road assistance suite, the terrain response system, which modulates the traction control, the stability system, the suspension ride height, and the mechanical differentials again are electronically operated to optimize them for different driving situations, from ice and snow, mud and ruts, and so forth. So to sum up, after the off-road and on-road driving, the Range Rover PHEV is a fully off-road capable SUV. It's smooth and comfortable on roads. The silent EV mode completely suits such a luxury 4x4. It adds to its level of refinement, at least when cruising, and the interior is more comfortable than ever with softer seats and more improved infotainment systems, and we'll be looking forward to the PHEV arriving in Middle East markets. And now we're going to take a drive back to Heathrow and we'll be